So, at the heart of your reading, you have the King of Cups. Oh God, why is it doing that? All right. The King of Cups, this could refer to someone else, yes, of course, but I usually find the energy that comes up as the underlying energy is usually the energy of the person that I'm reading for. So this is going to be you, right? What's the King of Cups like? Yes, it's that kind of water sign energy, which is Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, but it's very much someone who's very nurturing, very loving, very caring, very intuitive energy. So it may be that, as this month starts, or like the underlying energy of this month is that you are like the King of Cups. So you're taking on this King of Cups energy. Of course, if this is someone else, that can be, in a few cases, it's going to be someone else for you. It will only be the case if this is someone who's very central to your story. For others of you, the King of Cups is like the ideal lover. And that's whether you identify as masculine, feminine, whatever. The King of Cups, he's the ideal lover. So some of you may be concentrating on that. That might be your focus. But in general, this is going to be about your intuition, about, where you're ready to give your heart, follow your heart. This, the cup, that's always the cup of love or friendship. And we can love our jobs. We can love the projects that we do, our children, family, friends. Doesn't always have to be romantic. But it kind of feels like you're very much looking at what makes you happy. Now, you may not be ready to reveal it just yet, because that's the thing with the King of Cups. I always say that still waters run very deep with the King of Cups. He's someone who doesn't always say how he's feeling. He knows how he's feeling. He has emotional maturity and he knows exactly how he feels, but he's not always ready to say or reveal how he feels. So if this is someone else in your life, you may be wondering how this person feels about you, or, you are not saying just yet how you feel about someone. And that is kind of backed up by the Four of Swords here. The Four of Swords, it can indicate, especially if you're in a relationship and this is like a romantic message for you guys, people that are in separation, or even like you could be living together with your partner, but you're just not kind of talking at this time. There's that bit of space that you're taking. The Four of Swords for me, it's healing in mind, body and spirit. Is when we take a break. It can be, taking time off work as we recover from the flu, or going on a spa day, or just, like I said, a temporary separation within a relationship. It's always temporary for me. So, or this could just be that, you're trying to figure out how you feel. Where does your happiness lie? Especially with the King of Cups here. And you're taking some time out to figure that out. And that's because in the past, you've been doing this. This is the foundation of your reading. The Two of Pentacles is all about a balancing act, making practical choices, decisions, keep making sure these two pentacles are kept up in the air. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of focus. It's all about the day to day. But what this says, and this is why I do feel that the King of Cups is your energy. It says that, while you're busy doing this, while you're busy juggling these two pentacles, making sure everything's done, the books are balanced, the day-to-day running is done, work's getting done, all of that is being done. While you're doing all of this, you could be missing the bigger picture. Now, sometimes we have to do this, right? There can be so much practical stuff going on in our life that we have no choice. We have no choice but to concentrate on that. But it does say at some point, you have to put down one of these pentacles. You have to put down one of these pentacles so you can turn around and have a look at the sea. And the sea here represents your emotions. King of Cups, right? Excuse me, I had to cough there. So you have to put down one of these pentacles because, how long can you just keep juggling these? There's ships coming in on the sea. There's something coming in, which you may not be seeing. You may not have noticed. And this is the past energy. So it kind of feels like you have done this. This is looking at the bigger picture. Now, it feels like some of you have downsized. Some of you have, if you've been juggling two jobs, juggling too much, taking on too much. Like I said, there's not always a choice. Sometimes this gets put on us. If someone throws in another pentacle, we have to juggle it, right? Until we can figure out what we're going to do. Kind of feels like that's coming up to show you where you've been, what you've been doing, and how you've changed from that. Because now we've got the Queen of Pentacles coming up in the present. And if you look at the Queen of Pentacles, she only has one pentacle. So she's obviously put down one of those pentacles that was in that one. The Queen of Pentacles, like, I'm thinking this is your energy. It could be another earth sign that you're dealing with, or someone that has those kinds of energies. So this is going to be a Taurus, Virgo, or a Capricorn. But as you're an earth sign, and sometimes when we get core cards that come up, which are our element, especially when we have two, and you know the other one's another element. It can be that this is our person, right? So whether we're a king or a queen, the person that we're going to be with is going to be our king or queen. So this is the kind of someone that has the same vibration as you, maybe has, you know, the same just same energy as you, the same vibration as you. They're vibing at the same level as you. Queen of Pentacles is very reliable. Someone who's very reliable. She's dependable. She's very hardworking. She provides for her friends. For the people that she loves, for her family. She's very good at providing for them. So I like this. I mean, even though she's only got one pentacle here, she's in a much better position. If you have a look at these two together. I mean, look at the person on the Two of Pentacles. She doesn't look that great. And this one, she's sat on a throne. She's a queen now. So this is some success. It's some progression. You've progressed from this. You're able to have put down one of those pentacles now. Able to look at, who are you doing this for? Who do you want to provide for? What do you want to do? There are two court cards here. So this could be talking about now you are in a much more stable position to be looking at what makes you happy. To be focusing on your intuition. Because that's what you were ignoring before, right? Because you had so much practical stuff going on. Now, some of you, it may be saying that, you know, there's a break that's needed. Maybe you've been working so hard and you haven't taken a break, and it's saying maybe take a break, okay? Take a step back, reflect. This is a very meditative card. It's a time of allowing new energy to come in. Now, for you, I do feel it's allowing your intuition to come in, because we have the High Priestess here. Somebody else got the High Priestess, and I don't remember. I think Aquarius got it in one of the clarifiers that I pulled. I'm going to be pulling clarifiers for you as well. But the Queen of Pentacles here, now she is a very passive energy. She's the keeper of all secrets. She has great knowledge, great intuition, but she doesn't always reveal it. The way she reveals it is through our intuition, through our gut feeling, through that sense that, you know, whatever it is, whenever she shows up in a client's reading, I always say, you already know the answer. You already know what you need to do. And it feels like, because the Four of Swords is coming here, you haven't been able to realize this. It might be about a person, someone that, you know, a love prospect, or something about a relationship situation that's coming in here. Or how you feel about a work situation. I mean, the energies play out however they play out, however we use them, whichever area we want to use them in. But it kind of feels like, you know, when we're doing this, and I don't know who else I said this to, because this came up, but this is what I do. And I have a Virgo moon. So, you know, whenever I'm kind of stressed out about something, or I have a lot going on, if it's not coming to me, the answers are not coming to me straight away, I'll focus on work usually. I'll focus on practical things. I'll start juggling pentacles left, right and centre. But at some point I have to understand that I need to put down these pentacles and have a look at the bigger picture. And that's when the answers do come. And the Four of Swords says that. That's when the answers come. And the answers surely do come here, because we have the High Priestess coming up at the bottom here. Let's go here. I don't know why I was going to pick this guy up. But yeah. So, you know, this is that intuition. This speaks of intuition as well. So answers are coming, but it feels like the intuition is concerning this. Now, Leo just got the Two of Swords here, but that's where, you know, someone doesn't want to look at the decision that needs to be made. The Two of Wands is telling you, and it's two twos, right? So we have these two sat right underneath each other. This card talks about you've reached the end of the road that you've been on, whatever path you've been on, whatever this juggling act that you've been doing. You've reached the end of that path now. It's time to go on a new path. You're at a crossroads, and it's time to make a decision and go in a new direction. Now, I always look at these two wands, because she's picked one, right? She's got her hand on one, and she's kind of looking at that globe. It's almost as if, what's my next adventure? Where am I going to head off to? And this wand, it's upright like that one, but it's bracketed. There's a little bracket there that's holding it to the wall. She's not holding it up. She's taken this one. She's picked that one. And wands are always about action. So it's not just about making a decision, not like the Two of Swords where we just make a mental choice or decision. The Two of Wands is all about what action are we going to take now? And that kind of feels like what this situation is. Now, I know some of you may not be feeling very stable. Oh God, why is this happening? You may be feeling like, you know, that the stability is not there for you to be able to move forward. Well, the Queen of Pentacles says in February you finally reach that level of stability, which allows you to now look at your intuition. Look at those things that, you know, maybe you haven't had the luxury to look at because you've had to juggle these pentacles for a while. It's time to look at feelings. It's time to look at intuition and make that decision. Now, oh gosh, I don't like that. So whatever this intuition is regarding, and that decision that needs to be made, first of all, we have the Five of Wands. That this can talk about an internal conflict. And that would make sense. If both of these energies are yours, it's kind of a conflict between, not head or heart even. It's more, okay, well, this is how I feel, but this is what I should be doing. That's very practical energy. But then it's an extension of this, but I kind of feel you going past that, especially with this card here. Especially with the High Priestess there, because she connects more with this energy, which is more about her intuition, more about secrets that are revealed. Maybe, you know, I always say with the Four of Swords, when we take that break, and it sounds kind of counterintuitive, we think taking a step back from a situation, you know, that we're not going to progress in it. But usually when we take that step back, that's when new, fresh energy comes in, the answers come into us. So this can be like, you know, an internal struggle. And it may be considering other people's needs, because she provides for other people. So maybe you've been having to juggle these pentacles to provide for loved ones, because that's what the Queen of Pentacles does. And this could be someone that's coming in to support you in that, because this kind of feels like you've been doing it for other people, because this can be when other people get involved in our business. Like, you know, they're telling us what to do, or they're giving their advice. And I said this, I think it was for Pisces, I said this, that, you know, one of the things that I despise the most is unsolicited advice. So this can be that. This can be when someone's giving us unsolicited advice. And you don't need that, because you're this. The Queen of Pentacles, she knows very well how to create abundance. Now, this can also be squabbles, arguments with those people around us. It sometimes is when we have to put people in their place. And that's maybe you kind of maybe know which direction you want to go in, because you've done all that kind of juggling here. So you know which way to go. But it's like, all right, well, how's that going to affect other people? Well, you have the Knight of Pentacles coming up next. And the Knight of Pentacles, it could be to do with another earth sign, a younger earth sign even. But this is someone who's going slowly. So don't feel rushed. That's kind of the energy here. Don't feel rushed to make a decision. This could be people trying to rush you. I mean, the Five of Wands, it can be, yes, people in our life, you know, friends, family and stuff. It can also be at work, you know, competition at work. And it's kind of pushing us to go a little faster than we want to. But with the Four of Swords, it's like saying, take a step back. You can figure this out. You'll be able to make that decision and pick a new path. Because the Knight of Pentacles, he's also very dependable. He's the only knight that is guaranteed to get the job finished. But he does it slowly. He takes his time. He goes one step at a time. The only problem with the Knight of Pentacles is that sometimes, you know, he wants the plan to be perfect. And, you know, that's what this is saying. You've already gotten to that stable place. It's okay to go forward. The intuition is going to come in. What is it that's holding you back? I think it's other people. I think it's other people that are holding you back. Like, what are they going to think? Or, you know, isn't this selfish? Is this a selfish thing that I'm doing? And no, it's not a selfish thing that you're doing. It's okay. I feel some of you are feeling a certain way, or your happiness lies in a new direction. It might be something as simple, I say simple, but, you know, it might be something like, you want to start a new job. You want to do something different, and you might get paid less, and you're not sure if your partner or your family will be able to pick up the slack, because you've been working away at this. You've been bringing in the money. And now it's like you want to do something new, follow your intuition, do something different, but you're not sure. So, and I say that because the devil is all about those things that have power over us, what holds us back. For some of you, this might be to do with a karmic connection. The devil is to do with that. It's to do with karmic connections. But what is the message from the devil? This is the card for Capricorn, actually. So one of these cards could be Capricorn, one of the earth energies that came up. People don't like that. People don't like when we say that this is the card for Capricorn, but it is Capricornian energy. Capricorn is all about what has power over us and who do we have power over. And the devil card talks about old behavioral patterns, old issues that we might have, you know, addictions, anything that has power over us. The devil says only those things that you allowed to hold you back can hold you back. And it feels like you can, because if I look at this, it's almost like there's this kind of arguments, petty squabbling, other people getting involved here. The knight's kind of like noping away slowly, saying, no, I'm not interested. And the devil comes out because there is a tie, right? It feels like there's a tie, and he's looking back over his shoulder at them. But the devil's almost like, you know, this doesn't have to hold you back. There is a new path ahead for you. There's a crossroads here, and it's time to make a decision. And you have the intuition. Whatever your gut feeling is about this, it is correct. it is correct. You know it. That intuition is coming in. It's telling you this is the right thing to do. And you feels like you fought for this. You fought for this. We have true love. This is the romance of a lifetime. That may be the case for some of you. That may be what's kind of, you've been focused so much on the practical, and you've had to be. That's the sense I'm getting from this. It doesn't feel like a choice. This doesn't feel like someone ignoring a situation. If that had been the Two of Swords, yes, I would have said that. Then I would have said, you don't want to have a look at this. You know how you feel. The King of Cups, he has mastery over his emotions. You know how you feel. But it just feels like there's a complication here. But it doesn't feel like it's your complication. It feels like it's a complication caused by other people, that Five of Wands. Or, you know, something that seems to be holding either you or the other person back. It's a general reading, right? But I can say this to you, that your intuition is spot on, bang on. You know. That's why it's the Two of Wands. You even know what the decision is. But it's about taking the action to go down that path. And you might want to do it slowly, like the Knight of Pentacles. That's fine. But if you have to take baby steps, take baby steps. But as long as you take steps down there, because for some of you, yeah, you've met the person. You've met, you know, there's a situation here, and it's the romance of a lifetime, and it just needs a new path, a new direction, which is, oh, I think Cancer got this. Demonstrate love. Find out what is important to the people you love and act on it. That's something that Virgo does anyway. That's very Queen of Pentacles energy. That's what she does. She will demonstrate love. She'll find out. But the thing is, the King of Cups won't. He won't always demonstrate his love. So I feel like this advice is more for this King of Cups energy than it is for the Queen of Pentacles energy. She will demonstrate her love. She might demonstrate it through, you know, providing practical support and, you know, stability for the people that she loves, but she will still demonstrate it. It's more this King of Cups who, you know, sometimes he can come out the blue. Like, we don't know that he has feelings for someone, and all of a sudden he's like, you know, I love you or something, and you're like, whoa, really? But have a look at, what is it? Is it this? Are you worried that what someone else will think? Now, it doesn't have to be, I've gone about relationships, and these are relationship messages. But even if this is work, that's what I'm getting as well. That is, there's a new path that you want to go on. Like, maybe it's the competition that you're worried about, or, you know, something's holding you back. Like, you might be in a contract. But I always see this as the flip side of justice. Because justice talks about balancing the scales as well, and so does this. But this one's a little harder than a justice card. And this can be when there's karmic stuff. We still feel like there's something that needs to play out before we can let go of it. Or it's a little harder to break those chains. Breathe. This is very much like this. I think that's what you're being told to do here. Breathe, take a breath. This is about getting yourself centered. Again, it's very meditative. You can see this person kind of floating on a cloud, just like meditating. And when you're overwhelmed, if there's people like this kind of mess of people telling you what to do or getting involved in your business, or that you're kind of worried about, or if there's something holding you back and you feel like, you know, you could be dealing with someone who has addictions and you're trying to figure out what to do here. So the Four of Swords is like, just take a moment, take a step back. This is temporary. This can be anything. It can be like, you know, a spa break, like a spa day that you take. It's that energy. You've been doing this for so long. Two of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. You've been putting in the work. You've been providing. It's okay to take a moment for yourself. Okay. Let's see what we have for Virgo. It says, dear you, there is always more than one side to an argument, two sides, if not more, to every story, and hundreds of ways to be right, be different, be at odds, and so on. Today, we suggest that instead of looking for differences, you find a meeting place of agreement and approach this experience with understanding and compassion. Seek common ground to understand how another person thinks or how an alternate plan might be laid. Stay out of judgment too. Observe, discern, but accept that others have different stories, experiences, and journeys, and some people might refuse to remain open to another's point of view. No matter what, you've been presented with a great opportunity to explore a new way of doing things once common ground is reached. You're attracting people and situations that enrich your life and bring you wonderful things to learn. We love you so much. That kind of ties in with this kind of energy that I was getting here. Oh God. This Five of Wands energy. This feels like, I mean, it's not the Five of Swords. That's more ruthless and more selfish energy. Like people who are willing to do whatever it takes to get what they want. This is not that. This feels kind of, yeah, a difference of opinion. This can even be friendly competition at work, you know, when we're competing for a position, a job, a contract or something. So it can be that. Or like I said, it can be like well-meaning friends and family saying, oh no, you shouldn't date that person, or you shouldn't do this, or you shouldn't do that. It just feels all a bit much. That's how it's kind of coming across. It all feels a bit much. And that's why it's okay if you want to be the Five of Pentacles and just take baby steps. I mean, the only downside for the Five of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, sorry. The only downside of the Knight of Pentacles is that sometimes he can wait for the plan to be a little too perfect. You know, sometimes it's like, even if you take baby steps, take the baby steps, but make sure there's progress, there's movement here. And, you know, this is cautionary. It feels like, there's some kind of change that you've gone through. And it shows that from the Two of Pentacles to the Queen of Pentacles. There's some change that you've gone through. But when the Devil shows up, it can be when it's that safe space, right? So we kind of lapse back into old habits because we don't want to deal with this. And it's whenever conflict comes up. Fives feel intense when they're happening. I always call them the agents of chaos. They feel very intense when they're happening, but they don't usually last very long. And they always cause some kind of change. And it's okay, like there's no pressure here. It might feel like it with that Five of Wands energy, but there actually isn't. And your intuition is right on. And I don't even feel like, I feel like you know what you want to do. You know which path to pick. It's that action of actually walking down that path. And that's where you might need a moment just to kind of go back over the details and say, okay, well, is this really what I want to do? And that's where that Four of Swords and that Breathe card come in. You know, once you do that, you'll be good and set to go down this new path that's coming in for you, Virgo.